Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Jess Strom Show. It is Tuesday, December 3rd, and we have two amazing guests today. We have senior Gina Valacorsa and freshman Olivia Hudson. Now, ladies, first time on the show this year, not for you in general, but you all time, Olivia. Why don't you introduce yourself to the Facebook Live viewers and also to everybody that's going to be watching here in the future?
I'm Olivia Hudson. I'm a freshman guard. And
where are you coming from?
I'm from Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Fantastic. You, G?
Gina Valacorsa. I'm a senior guard. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right, and for both all the new viewers, what are you guys studying here at CalU?
Biology to become a physical therapist.
Very nice. You, Gina?
Accounting, and I'm double minoring in finance and forensic accounting.
Have any idea what you want to do with that yet?
Not at all. I kind of want to work with the FBI, but...
Coaching or FBI, one or the other, right?
Coaching.
There you go. Well, ladies, let's just talk a little bit about CalU hoops. So time is flying by. We're already in December. It feels like it's been so long ago from preseason. And Olivia, let's start with you because it's brand new for you. How was it coming in? We recruited you very heavily. You weren't really sure if you were going to play basketball at the collegiate level. We kind of were going up and down. Talk about like your process when you made that decision and kind of just how you got to CalU.
Well, I had an injury last year. I tore my ACL, so that's kind of why I was figuring out whether I wanted to play or not. Mm-hmm. And CalU I've been talking to you guys for years now.
I know.
Yeah, so I thought it was like really cool to come here, and I loved everyone here, so this was a great choice for me.
Gina, do you remember that time back? I mean, I remember knowing your plays.
Stressful.
I remember knowing your plays at Canavan probably better than half your team, but even though you guys ran them great, but I feel like I saw so many of your high school games, and can you remember that time? Does it feel like a long time ago?
Yes and no. The only time that is most in my head is my freshman year of high school when we won the state championship.
And that kind of just is lingering there.
Yeah, I don't really like to think about the other years because it was very stressful. But we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. So for you, Liv, coming in, it was preseason. Talk about your process with that, how that was for you coming in, doing the preseason, and to now here we are, getting ready to, right after Thanksgiving break, getting ready for, PSAC, big-time PSAC play coming in. How are you feeling? How was the process? Tell me about your whole situation.
I thought it was pretty difficult actually coming in because I wasn't didn't know what to expect. It was pretty hard, but I adjusted well throughout because the teammates were really helpful with the whole process and schoolwork and everything put together.
It's a lot.
It was a lot.
But it's a lot on your plate. And your classes are no joke this year. I mean, talk about the classes that you have right now because it's actually outrageous.
Chemistry, botany, calculus. Those are your
tough ones.
Yeah, they're really hard.
But you're getting through it.
I'm trying, yes.
Finding a way. A little stressed out, but you're finding a way.
Yeah, trying, yeah.
Gino, right now, what's your schedule like? As a senior, someone that's been through all the tough ones, what do you have right now?
Well, you'd think senior year would be the easiest and you would want to have the easiest, but I loaded up and took 18 credits again for some stupid reason.
But you're getting after it. Everything's going well?
Slowly.
Yeah, slowly but surely. But only a short amount of time to get that going because we have blinked and here we are coming up on finals week and it's absolutely crazy and 7 games in. So, Liv, tell us about the start of the season so far. You talked about preseason being difficult. Here we are in the games, 7 games in, getting ready to go play Shippensburg this coming Saturday, heading on the road. Tell us about, what you think about the season so far.
It's a lot of fun actually playing. I wasn't as nervous as I thought I was going to be coming in, but no, it's a really good experience, and I love playing with the team, and all the games have been really great.
What has been the big difference for you, Olivia, from playing in high school to playing at the collegiate level? What are the big differences for you?
Everything. Yeah. The game's a lot faster. Our defense is a lot different, so that's a lot different than high school. Just the players, every team we play, they have good players. In high school, there was those teams that you played and they were just not very good. Yeah,
playing down to the competition.
Everything's definitely a competition.
Absolutely.
Nice.
And for you, G, a different kind of role. Unfortunately, you've been hit with the injury bug from, summer until now. But having a different role on the team, it is really something. I mean, you're like a graduate assistant coach. I really feel that way. You're doing a great job. You really, really know the game. Talk to me about like your role because you've had this injury bug, how you've been feeling. I know it's probably been difficult for you, but tell us a little bit about your role right now.
Well, it sucks right now. I hate sitting on the sidelines.
Well, I know no one does.
But I don't know. I'm just trying to like be more encouraging for the players and try and help them as much as I can. Like try and give them my outlook as to what they should be doing, I feel like. But
And have you noticed how you see the game so differently when you're
so
just sitting there
crazy.
when you're in there? It's
you
so
don't
different.
realize it, but then like you're like watching, you're like, wow, this is different.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're learning a lot from this experience?
Yes, it's teaching me how to have patience.
Yes, very different. So, we're into the grind of things. We just had Thanksgiving break. Coming back in, Olivia, let's talk to the viewers about, because I don't think people understand, you're on this roll, you're going, we're racking up some wins, then we have some time off. Did you find it difficult to come back and kind of just get back to the grind?
Yeah, I'm sore again. I'm tired, but it's like the third day now. It's not as bad, but the first day back was definitely really
Pretty tough.
difficult. Yeah.
And I think, Gina, you've been a part of some of these conversations, and we can kind of talk about each other and how you kind of view each other on the floor. But, we've been talking about Olivia. She only knows one pace, and that is going hard. And I think that's one thing that we have loved about her coming to Cal U. I mean, she is all out. Tell us what your thoughts on Olivia and how you think she's playing.
I think she's playing great. Like stepping up, like coming off the bench for us is like huge because she's like our 6th or 7th man. So I think like her coming off the bench and she just brings so much energy.
Just
for
a
us.
motor.
Yes.
It just goes and
It's
goes and goes.
nonstop.
Yep. And and for Gina, being at practice at the beginning, how many weeks of practice did you get in? 2, 3?
Like 3.
3 weeks of practice, and now, how has Gina helped you, Olivia, in this process? Kind of just like her view from the bench after being kind of banged up.
I think it's nice to have a senior who's been here for the past 4 years, like help you as an incoming freshman. She's really encouraging on the court and like helps us out a lot when we're not doing
When
what we're
times are
supposed
tough.
to.
You need that voice of reason when
Yeah.
times are tough. Hey, it's really easy when everything's going great, but when we had some adversity, we're behind a few games. I think about the West Liberty game being behind a lot. Gina, you were able to come in and make a huge contribution to that, but it's always nice to have someone to kind of go back and forth, especially coming from a player that does it. I think it's, obviously you listen to the coaches, Coach Jess and myself and Coach Kelly, talk about the game plan, but when there's someone that is doing it actually on the floor, I'm sure it's much easier to listen and understand that. So, for coming up, what are you guys most excited about, now that we're, I feel like our feet are wet. There's no time to say, I don't think there's any more time that you can say, well, here are my freshman mistakes. You know what's going on. The expectations. Do you feel more comfortable in everything?
Definitely. Yeah.
And what are you most excited about for upcoming games and just kind of what the future may hold?
I'm excited to play like more conference games, see like where we stand. I don't know, just to see what we can do.
Absolutely, because you hear a lot about the PSEC. You
Yeah.
hear about these great teams, but Olivia, for you've never seen. This is your first go, so this is your first experience with these teams. So that's kind of cool. G, for you, how about you? What are your thoughts?
First, I want to get healthy.
Most important.
But I think I'm most excited for after Christmas break when we start our side of the PSAC play. Like, that's when it gets exciting.
There's some big rivalry games in there, as always. But I think every game in the PSAC, that's one thing I think that we love about playing in the PSAC. We talk about it recruiting, that you're going to get a dogfight basically every day that you go play a PSAC team. And I think that's what's so exciting. Now that Thanksgiving is done, you had some time at home with family. What was your most favorite part about being at home and maybe your meal for you?
Just seeing all my family and friends was really exciting because I haven't seen them for a while.
Where'd you have dinner at?
My uncle's house.
Was it a blast?
Yeah.
Eat a
there
ton?
was a lot of people there. And
How many people?
Like 32 people.
Woo!
Probably.
That's a big Thanksgiving.
There's a lot of people.
God bless whoever was cooking that meal because that is a lot of people. What was your
Yeah.
favorite part of the meal?
The mac and cheese.
Absolutely, that's a good choice. G, for you, how did you spend Thanksgiving?
Relaxing.
Yep.
Just seeing my family and like spending time with them.
Who cooked?
Tracy did.
Tracy
of
Bell, of
course.
course, in the kitchen. She, always makes a great meal. So, what was your favorite part? Your favorite food?
Probably the corn casserole.
I remember you saying that. That
Or
is a
like
good
the
choice.
mashed potatoes.
Well, good. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us on the Jess Strom Show. It's always so much fun, especially from two different perspectives, being a freshman, being a senior that's been through it. And I know that we are really excited to kind of see how you guys and our team progress in the future. So that's the first half of the Jess Strom Show. We'll be right back.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Have you seen the new Cal U Vulcan logo around? Have you wondered where to get gear featuring it? Then go to calvulcans.com and click shop. Log on and browse a full selection of men's shirts, women's shirts, pullovers, hoodies, and more. All items feature customization with the new Cal U Vulcan logo and wordmark. The site also features a full selection of hats, tailgating items, and accessories. Don't be the last person to sport new Cal U Vulcan gear. Go to calvulcans.com today.
Pride and passion drives the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. From 55 NCAA championship teams, 294 individual national champs, and counting. Who's next? Make the PSAC yours. PSAC Proud is winning in athletics and in the classroom. Over 3,100 PSAC student athletes are honored as scholar athletes. It's a perfect mix of athletics and academics. It's time to make the PSAC yours.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jess Strom Show. Said that right. Can't laugh on the side there. How are you, Jess?
I'm great.
Happy
Everything's
Tuesday?
good.
Everything's great. Thanksgiving was good?
Thanksgiving was awesome, yes.
Family?
I ate way too much, but
Which is unusual. Probably like 2 times a year. Where you,
I eat, yeah, 2 times a year, yeah.
Well, you'd be real skinny if you only ate 2 times a year. But don't really splurge, so it's probably exciting. What was your most favorite part about Thanksgiving besides being with family and friends?
Just getting a little bit of a break. I think like we all needed a break to recharge a couple days, and then just get back after it.
Always really interesting as a coach. I remember coming back from break as a player, tough. Not the easiest thing to leave your friends and family while everybody's doing some stuff over the weekend and having to come back and play. But really interesting as a coach because you're just waiting to see how the players come back and kind of where we are.
Yeah, I think it's hard as a coach too. I mean, you get to be home and spend time with families, and but you're ready to come back, but you know that how it feels as a player. I mean, I remember coming back and just being sick.
I had tears.
Yeah.
I remember having tears because of the running that was coming up.
So I try not to torture much. I hope
Never.
that they come back and have good attitudes, and we just have a normal practice, maybe a little bit more up and down. But this year they came back great.
We were super pumped
yeah,
about it.
I think this is the best after Thanksgiving practice we had in a really long time.
Couldn't agree more. So now after we have to put that behind because that's over and done with, but I guess before we go forward, we should really talk about the highlights that we have from the Lock Haven and Mansfield games starting PSAC play. As you can see right here, the first game was against Lock Haven.
Yeah, I think for us, anytime we start PSAC play, it's really important that we come out strong because that's what really matters in the end. You know, our first goal is to win the PSAC. So that started a couple weekends ago, and I think in the Lock Haven game, we started a little bit slow, and then we picked it up. But the great thing about both of these games was a lot of people played a lot of minutes. So for us, we got to see some people that don't normally get to play. And there we are shooting threes again.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
The MO of Cal U now. But here's the great thing about that is you get a chance to evaluate people that you haven't seen in game-like play, which, we have a chance to evaluate every day, but really nice to kind of see how people match up with other teams.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's nice for them to get a little bit of game experience. We had some really close games early in the year, and some of the younger players didn't get to play much. And I think now they're going to get more comfortable, because we're going to need everybody once we get into the grind of things, and you never know if someone's going to go down with injury, what's going to happen. So it was good to see different people play.
And for you, does this not feel like a long time ago?
It feels extremely long ago. I just can't believe on these highlights how far away we were shooting from the basket. That's the second one that was
long range.
NBA
I mean, look at these, highlight after highlight. I think everybody's feeling the excitement of the Cal U offense. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm quite there yet, but everyone seems to be buzzing about the three-pointers that are going up. And we talked about that. Look at this. Is it all threes? Are they raining?
Well, they're all highlights, so they all go in on this, but
you don't see the misses on the highlights.
I'm sure there were some that didn't go in, yeah. Usually we have highlights of defense to offense, but these, we are just jacking them away. Our bench likes it, though.
And the crowd seems to love it. Another one. I mean, this doesn't even feel like it's the same game, but it really is.
Everybody likes offense, but defense wins, so we got to keep that up.
What have you thought about the recent performances with the defense?
I think we're getting better. I think we're still a long way away of where we need to be, but
can't be disappointed with 56 points.
No, finally.
Yeah.
I think our first few games we were giving up way too many points.
Yep.
I mean, we were averaging 70s, giving up 70. So we'd like to stay under 60.
No doubt. And to be able to score 79 and only give up 56, you have to be happy about that performance.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about our scoring. I think we're going to score some points, but I think defensively is where we need to get it. I think we're at 66 now, so we got to get it down, a couple more points.
Yep, and right from Lock Haven, you go the very next day, PSAC crossovers from the east to Mansfield. What are your thoughts about going back-to-back?
I like them because it gets you prepared for the end of the season, so I don't mind.
That's how the NCAA tournament is.
Yeah, you got to be ready back-to-back. But we did it early in the conference challenge also, so I think for us, it's just preparation all year long for the end. But again, this game we got to see, a lot of different people. I think everybody played in this game too, so it was good for us to see what people can do. Here we go. There you go, Olivia.
There it is.
Steal
to a score.
There we
Something
go.
that Cal U preaches. And a couple highlights we just saw were closer to the basket there.
Yep.
I mean, if this is a layup, I'll be, oh, nope, spoke too soon. There's a three. Mo Buckets, as they call her. Nothing makes me laugh more when the bench starts screaming, especially our athletic trainers, Mercedes and Alexis, talking about the three-point shots. I mean, I don't really hear much from the crowd, but man, are they into it.
They are. Well, I feel like they're part of our team. So, they go as we go. There we go. I've counted three now.
Three steals to scores.
Yep.
The Cal U way. And, we've been focusing on that too. We have been you're seeing a lot of offense on these highlights, but we still have been preaching defense.
Yeah, I just think it takes a while. I mean, realistically, we have one starter that was starting last year playing right now in our starting five. So it's new. It's new for everybody. It's new for a lot of people. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I remember a couple years ago when we had a ton of new people and it was the same way, probably worse at this point. So there's definitely hope. I think our players work really hard at it every day. So we just got to translate consistently in the game.
And there's another three.
Yeah, LB, I think she's actually 100%.
From the three-point line. Oh, this is what we like to see. That's our bread and butter. The steal to the score, the real Cal U. But, again, we're seeing a lot of offense, which, hey, you can't be mad about it.
No, I think a lot of our players worked really hard to improve their offense. So I'm not mad at all about our offense. I actually really enjoy it. But I would enjoy us playing both ends of the ball the same way. And I think we're getting there. We'll get there. I think by January it will be right where we need to be.
A lot of different people here. The youngsters stepping up. Hallie with some big minutes and some points off the bench. Get a chance to see them a lot more. Exciting stuff. And again, another lower score for us. 2 games where we had the score right where we like it.
Yeah, finally. So we got to continue that. we got to focus more on our bullseye for sure.
Absolutely. And for the people that are out there that don't really know what the bullseye means, can you explain to the viewers what that is?
Yeah, so we take the other team's average points and kind of just pick a goal of what we want to hold them to.
And we say set reminders on the bench.
Yes, and
Talk about it a lot.
the players pick it, so it's kind of like their thing. I don't always agree with the number, but we go with it. So, but we typically try 60 or under.
Yep. And what is that a quarter? You know, for all the people that are not math people like myself.
15.
15 and under. So when you see the score at 14 in the first quarter, you hear the bench. Bullseye, 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 because we don't want that number to go above 15.
Yeah, I think we're getting into it a little bit more.
No doubt.
It just has to become more important to us.
Absolutely. So, big game coming up. PSAC game, our first overnight trip. What do you think about getting on the bus, heading into the hotel, spending the night?
I actually enjoy overnight trips because I think they rest. I think they get time to unwind, and we no longer collect cell phones, so I don't know, maybe they're on their phones all night, but
try to limit their distractions,
yeah,
but we're trusting them with the cell phones now.
Yeah, hopefully they get a little bit of sleep. They're away. It's just them. So, and I think they always have really good times on the road. I remember that was probably my best memories were, being in hotels with my teammates. So,
No doubt.
And then we get up and play 1 o'clock at Shippensburg and against a very good team. So
I was going to say, thoughts on Shippensburg?
I think they're good.
Absolutely.
I think that
Good players.
They are much better than their record. I think they're kind of trying to figure things out. They don't play a senior, so I think they're still trying to see how they work together.
And that's live on CUTV Sports, by the way. Saturday, December 7th, 1 p.m. versus Shippensburg. CUTV Sports 1, and that's the YouTube channel, and 91.9 FM WCAL. So everything is there for the viewers so they can follow along, but, excited about the game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good test for us.
Absolutely.
Going on the road, I think they're going to be excited to play us. I mean, if we're top 10 in the country, every team is going to want to beat us.
Who doesn't want to beat a team that's ranked?
Yeah, same way we wanted to beat Virginia Union because they were number 5 in the country. So I think now we kind of put a bullseye on our backs, which is awesome.
Fine.
Yeah, you want to be that way. But people are going to get excited to try to beat us.
Yep. And again, and playing, some players that we're familiar with, Jefferson coming from Westchester, people that we have recruited along the way that are at Shippensburg. Just a really good, solid team.
Yeah, I think they're young, but they're talented.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like you said, we recruited at least 3 of those kids who are playing for them. So we must have thought they were pretty good players. But I think they're good. I think, like I said, it's going to be a good test for us to see, where we are. We haven't played in a long time, it seems like, so how we're going to come out and play.
Do you have any feelings or thoughts about these kind of games right after Thanksgiving, finals coming up? A lot of people stressed out about, just all the work that they have to do and get ready. Do you mind these games at all, or what are your thoughts on them from a coach's perspective?
I think that they are very resilient young people. So I think that they can limit distraction. I mean, once you start playing a game, hopefully you're not thinking about your chemistry final next week.
Once the ball's up, it's up. There's no turning around.
Yeah, so I think they're very competitive and they want to win. So once the game starts, I think, maybe once it's finished, then they can go back to stressing out. But
do you like the games? We're kind of spaced out. We've had some time. I kind of like it because we get to prepare for one team. It's not back-to-back. It's this. Do you like the spaced-out games? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think, some coaches schedule games during this week. I just
not your
don't
cup
like
of tea.
it. Yeah, I think we need time to get our legs back. I think we need time to prepare. And
focus on us.
Yeah, I would rather have this time to put in some new stuff for us and just kind of get back to what we were doing.
Yep, and we can talk about the upcoming games. So we have Shippensburg, then we have West Virginia State, and then we have another crossover coming up out east. So, big time games. You can see December 7th, and we are home, West Virginia State. We go to our crossover at Westchester and then at Millersville, and then a little bit of break for Christmas, and then right back in it, PSAC play starting on our side. So, thoughts about these upcoming games?
I think there's not very many games in this whole month. We have 4 games left until Christmas break. So I think we just need to take advantage of each one, take each one individually. Like you said, we have lots of time to prepare for Shippensburg. And then after that, we have lots of time to prepare for West Virginia State. So I wish after our first game we'd have some more games.
Absolutely.
But, we just got to take it one game at a time and go into Christmas break, putting ourselves in a good position.
National rankings, they come out Do they mean anything to you?
Not me personally, but I think to our team it's kind of cool. You know,
Yep.
I think anytime you're in the top 10 of the country, it's good for it looks good. It's good for your team. I think that we started not even in the top 25, and 2 weeks later we were number 9. So I don't know if that's a world record for the biggest jump in 2 weeks, but people must respect us in some way. So, you know, I think that's always a nice thing to have.
Yeah, absolutely. And somebody was saying, I don't know the exact number, so I don't want to, say it, but there's only 45 teams that are undefeated at this year. These games are really important, regional opponents.
Yeah, and we schedule that way. You know, we schedule regional opponents because they mean a lot towards the end of the season. So every game is important. You know, if we could go undefeated all season, that would be fantastic.
I mean,
but
wouldn't you
not
be,
many people
yeah,
do that.
That
so.
would be the most exciting thing in the whole entire world
Yeah.
because, you know that feeling, how to end a season on a win. Best feeling I've ever had in my basketball life. Obviously winning a national championship, but like not even just that title. It was ending your season on a win because most times when you end and you go home, it's because you've lost.
Yeah, I mean, everybody who makes the playoffs except one team ends on a loss.
Yep.
So, it's just so fun to win. So I just hope we continue to
Winning
do it.
is fun. And it's fun for everybody. Everybody, you start drinking the juice a little bit. You're getting excited about your team. You like how you progress. The fans are excited. Everybody's buzzing around campus. But, you have to keep in mind, this is all day to day.
Yeah.
No one has any idea about what goes into the day to day.
No, and I feel like we have to work on just being more consistent. I mean, we've done a great job progressing to this point, but I think we also have to remember that we have to get better. Like teams
No
are going to
doubt.
get better throughout the
Everybody
season.
gets better.
People are going to be very different, in March than they are right now. So we have to just keep up with that. Take care of us most days and just get better.
Yep. Well, you heard it here on the Jess Strom Show. I can't say it. I mean, Jess Strom Show. That should be something that should not be up there. Maybe we'll change it to Jessica Strom Show because
There
that
you
kind
go.
of translates a little bit better. But thanks everybody for watching on Facebook Live and thanks for watching on the YouTube channel. We love to have you back and we hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Take care.